Now, what I was just going to say is we're going to start to see the campaign rolling out now a little bit more. There hasn't really been a yes campaign, and the no campaign's only just started with that ad with Jacinta Price and Colin Little recently. Well, here's the yes ad. They've rolled out their first ad of the campaign.
Australia's constitution is 122 years old and still doesn't recognise Indigenous Australians.
We've been here for 65,000 years.
This year, Australians have a chance to fix that with a referendum to give Indigenous Australians a real say in their future.
Fair enough.
I'll second that.
To find out more, visit yes23.com.au. Join us.
Interesting ad, Liz, because we're expecting people to tug at our heartstrings, and this is more of it's a matter of fact, just make it happen.
Yeah, just do it.
Yeah.
I was surprised by the lack of guilt in this ad also, but the 2 points that it does make are patently untrue. The Constitution's 122 years old and Indigenous Australians are still not recognised. No, they've been recognised all along because the writers 122 years ago considered Indigenous Australians as Australian as the rest of us. So when
they were excluded under provisions. They were excluded under certain provisions of the Constitution.
And those provisions are no longer excluding them whatsoever.
One is gone.
Yeah, they're not excluded, and therefore they are included. Any mention of Australians includes them. Period.
All right, you say they're included under Australian. There's no specific recognition of the first people, Indigenous Australians. As I say, they'd only be mentioned by exclusion in the Constitution.
I think it is patently dishonest to make out that this is only about constitutional recognition.
No, it says that's it. We know it's about the voice as well, and they don't mention the voice, but say giving them a real say in their affairs.
In their future, because 12 Indigenous members of federal parliament isn't giving them. I mean, that's actually a massive over-representation of less than 3% of the population.
Now you're getting into that racist argument that we judge our MPs by where they come from, their ethnic background. How many Greek MPs are there? How many Iranian?
Isn't that the entire argument of The Voice, that we need Indigenous Australians to speak to issues that
to their issues,
them?
To their issues,
and they've got 12 members of federal parliament.
We're going to get sidetracked. I want to give Justin
a great deal.
They're representing the Greens, the Liberals, the Labor. They're representing states and electorates.
They speak for Indigenous Australians on a very regular basis.
They're not representing Indigenous people any more than I'm representing Irish Catholics.
No, they absolutely constantly speak for their people.
We'll carry on the wrangle. We're going to come back after the break, but just before we go, Justin, quickly, your thoughts on that ad?
I don't like it. It's really dumbed down, isn't it? I think it's an important debate, and I need to look at the finer detail. I'm obviously leaning towards the yes vote, but I don't think it needs to be too simple. I think people are smart enough, and this is a really important issue. I think we can get things that are complex. That, to me, is a little bit, dare I say, a little bit play school. It's a bit dumbed down.
Dumbed down?